Hey guys, another week, another game dev vlog, and this has been a crazy week. It started off with development of that multiplayer demo that I was talking about making. Overall, everything went pretty smoothly there. I did find a few points that I definitely want to improve on when it comes to sending messages back and forth and the way I'm managing some of the connections. But overall, everything's working pretty well, and I think that test was a success. So after that, I started doing upgrades to my setup. First thing that I changed out was the RAM. I now have 8 gigs of RAM, and that all seems to be working quite well. It's definitely increased my ability to multitask. Basically, I can do things like having the server and client code running with their compilers at the same time, and I can have the web browser open, and I can have Discord open, and such, and my computer doesn't really care anymore. As long as I'm not pushing it on the CPU side of things, it's perfectly fine with that, because it doesn't have to be swapping things to the disk as it runs out of RAM. After that, the drive caddy replacement got here. It was in good condition, got that into my computer, just had to tweak a setting on it. The first thing I did to test it out was I actually put my SSD in there, and it seemed to be working just fine, so it was time to begin the next phase, which was swapping out the SSD and hard drive and getting Windows onto the SSD. It was a little bit complicated. I had to keep the drive caddy out, put the optical drive back in, though I could run the HP recovery disks to get Windows back onto there, and then it was a matter of doing a bunch of updates and starting to get my programs on there. So it was just complicated, but I think all that is worked out now, and I just need to do some final setup stuff with getting the various programs on there, which I'm going to be continuing this next week. Now, in the middle of that process was the Micro Center trip on Thursday, and at Micro Center I picked up that monitor I was talking about. It seems to be working great. I'm just trying to get some things dialed in with the color. I also picked up an HDMI cable for the monitor. I picked up an SD card for my phone, as well as a pair of earbuds, that way I could listen to things without carrying around my headphones. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I've got more RAM, an SSD, and a monitor to help give me more space to work, and it's definitely helping. I can definitely tell my computer is faster with the SSD. Booting up and shutting down, of course, is faster. The biggest thing is launching programs, like launching Firefox. It only takes a second or two, which is quite short compared to what I'm used to. I'm used to taking more like 6 seconds, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes more than that if I'm doing too many things at once. So overall, it's definitely an improvement there. I definitely want to make more progress on things this next week. Felt a little unproductive past few days doing these upgrades. I just want to get work done. So, yeah, gonna try to get back on things as quick as I can, but there is some final stuff to wrap up with this. So, anyway, I do think that is going to have to be it for today. So, as always, I do want to thank my contributors over on Patreon. It is a massive help. So, if you want to go check it out for yourself, the link is down in the description below. But yeah, I'll see you around. Bye.